Imagine a world on the brink of transformation, a global economy teetering under the weight of debt, nations divided by internal strife, and superpowers locked in a dangerous game of chess. What if history held the answers to our uncertain future? Today, we unravel the dramatic cycles shaping our world, guided by the wisdom of Ray Dalio, one of the greatest macro investors of our time. Stay with us as we uncover the patterns that have defined empires, toppled governments, and shaped humanity's destiny. History doesn't repeat itself, it rhymes. Ray Dalio identifies 5 monumental forces that have dictated the rise and fall of civilizations for centuries. Debt and money printing. The creation of enormous debt fueled by money printing has always led to inflationary pressures. Think back to the roaring 1920s and the devastating crash that followed. Are we heading for a similar fate? Internal conflicts. The wealth gaps of today mirror those seen in pre-World War II societies, fueling populism and political instability. Could this be the precursor to societal upheaval? The rivalry between China and the United States echoes historical power struggles like Britain's decline in the early 20th century. Is war inevitable, or can diplomacy prevail? From pandemics to climate disasters, nature has often disrupted human progress more than wars themselves. Are we prepared for what's next? While technology raises living standards, it also disrupts industries and creates new challenges. How will artificial intelligence and automation reshape our future? Dalio's framework teaches us that these forces are interconnected, forming what he calls big cycles. These cycles are not random. They're driven by cause-effect relationships that repeat over time. Let's zoom in on one of today's most pressing issues, the global role of the US dollar. For decades, the dollar has been the backbone of international trade, but cracks are beginning to show. Countries are shifting away from dollar-denominated debt due to inflation concerns and geopolitical sanctions that freeze assets. With reduced demand for US debt and rising deficits, could we see a collapse akin to Britain's pound sterling after World War II? Dalio warns that these dynamics aren't limited to America. Europe and Japan face similar challenges due to excessive debt levels combined with geopolitical tensions. Here's where things get even more dramatic. Dalio predicts a period of stagflation, stagnant growth coupled with high inflation. This isn't just theory, it's already happening. Central banks are tightening monetary policies after years of stimulus-driven inflation. Geopolitical conflicts are disrupting supply chains, further exacerbating economic pressures. But what does this mean for you? Dalio advises preparing for stagflation by focusing on real returns, adjusting investments for inflationary effects while maintaining a balanced portfolio. As if economic uncertainty weren't enough, Dalio highlights rising political risks that threaten stability worldwide. Populism on the rise. Left-wing and right-wing populists are gaining traction by prioritizing power over compromise, a dangerous echo of pre-World War II Europe. Could this lead to authoritarian regimes or even civil conflict? US-China rivalry. Bipartisan anti-China sentiment in American politics is pushing both nations toward confrontation rather than collaboration. Will this rivalry escalate into war? Dalio emphasizes that while hope for peaceful coexistence exists, history suggests caution. So, how do we navigate this storm? Dalio offers timeless advice rooted in both economic strategy and personal reflection. Invest wisely. Build a balanced portfolio suited for all economic scenarios. Hedge against inflation with commodities like gold or assets tied to real growth potential. Focus on fundamentals. Prioritize essential needs like food, shelter, and community during crises. Seek harmonious environments away from societal stressors. Cultivate empathy. In times of division, soft skills like kindness can bridge gaps between people. Remember that resilience isn't just financial, it's emotional. Dalio reminds us that while challenges may seem insurmountable, understanding historical cycles gives us tools to adapt and thrive. History is not just a collection of dates. It's an emotional journey filled with lessons that resonate across generations. Ray Dalio's insights don't just explain what's happening. They empower us to take control of our future amidst uncertainty. As you reflect on today's revelations, ask yourself, what role will you play in shaping tomorrow? Will you succumb to fear or rise above it with wisdom and resilience? Subscribe now for more deep dives into history, economics, and strategies for success. And join us as we continue exploring the dramatic forces shaping our world.